Hello and welcome to Sanyukta Singh Studio, guys, and this is your mentor Avinash again. As I promised in my last video that I'll be coming up with more and more information and videos related to general knowledge and current affairs. So here I am, and we will be discussing about important questions related to G20. I promised in my last video that in the upcoming videos I'll be discussing about G20, Chandrayaan 3 and more questions. So here today I'll be discussing the questions related with G20, which may or may not come in any of your entrance exams, especially in NIFT, UCEED, CEED, NID. So moving forward, these are the important questions. Now, the first question which usually arises, so whenever you come across any topic which has number of questions which comes in GK or current affair, you should start from the very beginning, from the scratch about that particular topic. So here if I'll talk about when was G20 established, when was the first time G20 established, so your answer is 1999, back in USA. It was established. All right, moving forward, the next question is, what is the theme of G20 summit happened or held in India? So most of you know the answer. The correct answer is one earth, one family, one future, right? But what if you have another option here, which is Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, right? Now in that case, that is also the right answer. The slogan was one earth, one family, one future and Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. So in that case, you can select both the answers. But in case if you do not have this option, let's say you have only 4 options in the exam, 1, 2, 3, 4. In that case, you will choose this one, Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. Clear? Moving forward. Next question is, which of the following is not the member of G20? Now for that you need to memorize the members of the G20. Now it is G21 because of the inclusion of another member. But here, if you don't know who all countries or what all countries are member of G20, you won't be able to answer that. For now, I'll explain you at the end of this video that what all countries are member of G20. But for now, if you want to answer this question, which of the following is not the member of G20, your answer is Singapore. Singapore is the right answer. Rest, Indonesia, Mexico and Turkey, all of these 3 countries are member of G20. Clear? Moving forward. Next question is, where was the first summit of G20 held? As I told you, G20 was established in 1999 and it was established in USA. So the first summit of G20 was held in USA. And in India, it happened in 2023. This was the 18th G20. This was the 18th G20, right? Moving forward, next question is, what is the meaning of G20? Now, you all are talking about it was a hot topic back in 2023 in September, October time. So, you know what is G20? When like the countries gets invited, they talk about different forums, different difficulties the world is coming from, economic issues, everything. But what is the meaning of G20? You have options: grand 20 nations, great 20 countries, group of 20, or none of the above. So the answer is group of 20. So that's a group of 20 countries. That's the meaning of G20. Now, the G20 nation, all of the nations which are member of G20 consist 40% of the population of this world. So there may be a question related with this topic as well. So like the G20 members represents what's the percentage of world's population? So your answer is 40% of world population. Clear? Moving forward, next question is, what is the official language of G20 summit? Now the very simple answer is here, all of the above. All these 3 languages, which is English, French and Spanish, these 3 are the official language of G20 summit. Clear? Moving forward, the next question is, which country will host G20 summit in 2024? Now, it is an annual event. G20 summit is an annual event, right? Which takes place once in a year, right? So, in 2023, it got held, or it took place in India. In 2024, India transferred the presidency of G20 summit to Brazil. The answer is Brazil, right? Moving forward, now the another question could be, which country transferred or given the presidency of G20 summit to India, right? So the answer should be Indonesia. So what does that mean? Indonesia got the presidency of G20 in 2022, and then it transferred the presidency to India. In 2023, India hosted it, and now next one is in Brazil in 2024. Clear? Moving forward. Next question is, PM Modi transferred the G20 presidency to whom? The answer is the president of Brazil. The president of Brazil. PM Modi transferred the G20 presidency to president of Brazil, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. That's the name. All right, so you can remember that. Clear? Next question is, what was present in front of the venue of the Bharat Mandapam where the 2023 G20 summit took place, right? What was present? So what was that was exactly a statue. So what was that? It was a giant statue of Nataraja. That was present in front of the Bharat Mandapam. That is again the venue where G20 summit took place in India. Clear? Moving forward, the next question is, who became the permanent member of the G20 under India's presidency? Under India's presidency, which country became the permanent member of G20 group, right? So the answer is African Union. African Union and South Africa, these two are different zones. South Africa was already a part of G20 group, but African Union was not. So now when G20 summit was taking place in India, under India's guidance or presidency, African Union became the permanent member of G20 group. Moving forward, the next question is, which country handed over the G20 summit presidency to India? Again, I answered this question already 2 slides back. So here the answer is Indonesia. All right, Indonesia transferred it to India. India has transferred it to Brazil. Clear? The next question is, which organization signed the MOU on cooperation in digital payment mechanisms with Bangladesh at G20 Summit 2023? So which organization signed the MOU on cooperation in digital payment mechanism with Bangladesh? So the answer is NPCI. The answer is NPCI, that is National Payment Corporation of India. NPCI. Now what is NPCI? That actually regulates all the payment methods and payment procedure in India, be it FASTag, payment gateways, UPI application. All of these applications are being organized, or I would say regularized by NPCI, that is National Payment Corporation of India. Moving forward, the next question is, what initiative did India announce at the G20 summit to take ethanol blending with petrol globally to 20%? I'm sure the options are missing here. but I'll just mention it again. The answer is green biofuel revolution. That's the answer. I'm sure the answer is missing from here. Option is missing. It's green biofuel revolution. So that was the initiative India took at the G20 summit to take ethanol blending with petrol globally to 20%. It's green biofuel revolution. Clear? The next question is, how many countries are currently there in African Union, which was recently included in G20? How many countries are there in African Union, right? So the answer is 55. 55 countries are there in African Union. Clear? The next question is, how many countries were invited to the G20 conference held in India? The countries which got invited to G20 summit held in India, but they are not the members of G20. You understand? Those countries are not the member of G20, but they got invitation to attend the G20 summit which got held in India. The answer is 9. 9 countries got the invitation to attend the G20 summit held in India. Clear? The next question is, alright, so here I'll just go ahead and we'll show you important information, that is invited countries. So this is not a question, this is just an information. How many countries got invited? 9. And the names are Bangladesh, Egypt, Mauritius, Netherlands, Nigeria, Oman, Singapore, Spain and UAE. These are the 9 countries which got invited. Clear? Next one. What was the name of the venue of the G20 conference being held in India? What was the name of the venue? So the answer, all of you must be aware, it's Bharat Mandapam. It's in Pragati Maidan, Bharat Mandapam. That's the name of the venue. Clear? Moving forward, the next question is, what is the name of the architect of the Nataraj idol which was installed in front of the G20 venue? So you all know the statue was giant statue of Nataraj, but who was the architect of it? What was the name of the architect who actually made it? So the answer is Srikanda Sabhapati. That's the right answer. Srikanda Sabhapati. He was the architect. Clear? Moving forward, the next one is important information, G20 members. So there were 20 countries, now there are 21 countries. So what all countries are there in a G20 group? Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Republic of Korea. Clear? Next slide. And then Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, United Kingdom, United States, and then at the end, European Union and African Union. So these are the countries which are permanent member of G20 group now. Right? So that was it for the questions related with the G20 summit, and in the next video I'll come up with the questions related with Chandrayaan 3, Aditya L1. These two options, all right? And then in the next video I'll be coming up questions related with chemistry and physics, which may come in NIFT and UCEED exam, at least 1 or 2 questions, or the general science question, very general science question, like your day-to-day life questions. So I'll discuss about that in my very last video of GK for 2023 and 2024 session. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. In case if you have any trouble, if you have any doubt, you can always put your doubts in the comment section. Do follow us on Instagram, which is SS Design House, because I receive so many questions on Instagram, but it always goes to spam. Reason being, you do not follow us, so it always goes to spam. It's difficult for us to check the spam folder every now and then. All right, and make sure you like, share and subscribe this channel so it reaches to the right audience and people like you who actually need it. And wait for my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.